Today, I'm showing you the exact automated email that's generating over $156,000 per year for one of our clients. And that's their post-purchase email. Now, most e-commerce brands have some sort of post-purchase flow in place, but there are 3 specific things that we're doing differently that make this their highest performing flow out of all of their automations. In case you don't know me, my name is Micah Eisen, and I've generated over $5 million in pure email revenue from my clients in 2025. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what we do differently with our clients' post-purchase flows and how you can set this email up so that you can replicate these results for your brand. So let's get right into it. First thing I want to do is show you how effective this email and strategy can be when utilized correctly. So on the left-hand side, you can see the screenshot. This is a 30-day window. This email has over a 50% open rate, 3% click rate, and 5% placed order rate. And again, the trigger is placed order here. So these are people that just placed an order with this brand. We are convincing 5% of them to immediately order again, which is pretty impressive when you think about it. And you can see over here in the red is this email, this flow compared to the rest of the flows. And with, this is a pretty standard e-commerce brand, low 7 figures. I feel like a lot of brands are in this monthly revenue range. The rest of the flows are performing pretty decently. All right, these are not poorly performing flows. It just goes to show how effective this post-purchase strategy is, that it's outperforming flows that are already performing pretty well. You can see it's performing on average 4 times better, right? This is a over $6 revenue per recipient compared to the rest of the flows. That's pretty unheard of with a post-purchase flow. I'd be surprised to audit a brand and find that be the case. So normally we're doing this for brands because they don't intuitively think to do this. And here's some other screenshots right here. This is same strategy, just a different brand. This is a bigger brand, but with a product that people aren't repurchasing frequently. It's not a CPG product. It's not even clothing. It's actually a leather bag. So as you can imagine, people really are primarily going to be purchasing that one time. So the fact that we can convince 0.2% of them in this variation and 0.5% of them in this variation to purchase again right away after they ordered, for this brand, it's about $5,000 a month in revenue being generated right away after someone orders. So again, pretty impressive. Down here, I like this example because for this brand, this email is literally the entire post-purchase flow. So if you want to do that and you don't want to do any other emails, you can get away with just this one email, and you can see the engagement and performance with this brand. 69% open rate, 9% click rate, 0.7% place order rate at about $3,500 extra being picked up off the table every single month. So how do we do it? So as with everything else in life, timing is everything, right? Timing is extremely important. And where most brands mess up is they do not optimize the immediate post-purchase window. So a lot of brands are sending content a few days down the line, a few weeks down the line. Here's information on your order. Here's how to get the most out of our brand. Follow us on Instagram, right? But you're missing an opportunity if you're not sending an email immediately after someone checks out, immediately after someone purchases. And that's the difference maker. Most brands are afraid, and understandably so, because they don't want to come across as spammy or inappropriate or brash. And I agree with them there. You definitely don't want to come across that way. So there's obviously a certain way we're going to go about crafting this email and a certain strategy we're going to use. And when done correctly, you can get results like I just showed. And here's a visualization I like to use to help explain to people why this works so well. And it's something called the warm buying window. Oh, so warm and cozy, like I'm saying up here, because it really is. And it's kind of like the beginnings of a classical romantic relationship, right? Where everything is sunshine and rainbows before the reality of the situation sets in. Now, hopefully with your brand, once they start using your products months down the line, they'll still be happy with them. But either way, in the beginning of any relationship, there's always that warm, fuzzy zone. So you should at least try to utilize that, right? When someone first purchases from you, everything's all sunshine and rainbows, right? They're in that warm, fuzzy zone. You might as well try to get them to purchase again, right? Their buying temperature is at an all-time high. They're in purchasing mode. And this is hyper relevant to this time of year with the holidays coming up. I'm posting this video coming up to mid-November, right? Lots of people are in purchasing mode. So you could even expand the meaning of this warm buying window. Maybe it's a grandmother shopping for her grandchildren. You might just need to remind her that she has 6 of them and not just 2. more opportunities to buy. You can think about it like this as well. Their credit card is literally out, right? It's already out. You've already convinced them to make that initial purchase. So optimize that. You've already convinced them to make that initial purchase. Also, another great point is a lot of the time people were already thinking about buying something else. They just didn't pull the trigger. So sending an email right away that allows them to do that, that prompts them to do that, gives them the permission they were looking for. They're basically just looking for an excuse. Whether people recognize it or not, people are just looking for an excuse, just like an excuse to go drink on the weekends. If you're of legal drinking age, you might not want to do it until a friend rings you up and says, let's go do it. And you're like, whatever, right? You want to be that friend. You want to be that friend that's telling that person to go drink, right? People are looking for that excuse. Other examples, they might have been thinking to get their sister a birthday present, or something for their friend that they're going to travel and visit that they haven't seen in a while. Or maybe they just wanted something else for themselves, but that voice in the back of their head said, no, that's being selfish. You should be more conservative. So they got cold feet at checkout and just stuck to one item, right? So when you email someone while their buying temperature is at its highest, their credit card's already out, you're opening the door for people to then purchase again, giving them permission. That's the key. You're giving them permission. Another way to think about this window is it's a miracle, right? And you don't want to waste that miracle. Well, you're not wasting it because they just ordered. But you don't want to waste potential to add to that miracle and have another one occur, right? It's a miracle that someone out there in the void, someone out there in the universe just decided to buy your product in the first place. As I'm sure you're aware, it's not a very large percentage of people that come to your website from ads and actually end up purchasing. It takes a whole lot of work, right? You have all these ad creatives you're testing. You might have UGC content creation. You might pay a lot of money to optimize your website. And then you are investing in email marketing. Obviously, if you're watching this video, the beauty of email marketing is people already know, like, and trust your brand. They've already jumped through a lot of those hoops of who are these people? Why are their products important? Should I engage with them? So don't waste all that hard work, especially if you've got them across the finish line once on purchase. You should try to see right away if you're able to do it again, right? You're much more likely to get them to purchase another product while they're still in this justification window. So utilize that. Go for it. Try it. If you email them in this window, you're increasing the probability of a repurchase. As you saw with the initial example at the beginning, 5% of people repurchased. That's a lot of people. That's more than most of the other emails percentage-wise for that brand, right? And that can be the same for you, depending on your brand, depending on the type of products. The longer you wait, the more this window closes. That doesn't mean you don't send your other emails, your goodwill emails, saying how to get the most out of the product, join our community. Still send those. We're talking about, again, right after someone purchases. So what does this email actually look like? That's what I'm gonna break down right here. I'm gonna show you and read to you what one of these emails actually looks like for one of our clients. So just to reiterate where a lot of brands go wrong here, they're sending emails way too late. So not optimizing for that warm, fuzzy window. They're just sending automated shipping information, which is boring, and you should send that anyway. But that should not be viewed as email marketing, right? That's just an automation. That's a reminder. Or they're trying to send an email, but it's just very clearly an upsell. And people are like, I just ordered from you. You don't need to send me clear marketing material. Like that order, try this one. No, that's not the way to go about it. Maybe you can do that down the line with a win-back campaign or something, a win-back flow. But this is too soon for that, right? This is immediately after someone orders. So here's the right approach. We want to go plain text, and we want to address it from the founder of the brand. The reason why plain text works so well is because it just looks way more personable. It doesn't look branded. It looks like someone just opened their laptop and sent an email to you. And having it angled from the founder can drastically increase open rates. And again, just adds to that personal, genuine, non-marketing vibe that we're trying to avoid. So literally change the sending name. And you can do this with all your text-based emails. It doesn't just have to be this one. Change the sending name to the founder from brand, right? So Tim from Candles & Co. That's the sending domain. Angle it from an actual person. That makes a big difference. And so here is a live example. This is the email that is generating over $156,000 every single year for this brand and is the highest performing email that the brand has. This simple text-based email. I'm gonna read it to you now. All right, hey, first name and default there. The default there just means if Klaviyo cannot track what the first name of the person is, it'll just say, hey there. But most of the time it will say, hey, Steven, or hey, Morgan, or whatever their first name is. Our goal here at insert company name is to bring families the softest, snuggliest pajamas for the best sleep ever, or whatever your products are. Thank you for your order. We're so excited for you to experience the buttery soft comfort that so many parents love. We can't wait to hear what you think. Have any questions about your order? Feel free to email our support team at insert email address. We're happy to help. Not done. Keep shopping here. That's the important part, right? We're not trying to do anything special. We're not trying to beat around the bush either. We're not trying to be gimmicky. It's literally just a simple question. If you're not done, keep shopping here. People will respect that and people click it. Thanks again for your support. Signed, Jazz, founder of the Sleepy Sloth. And the PS section is another great opportunity to get people to click here without being too forward, right? Because it's clearly a conscious decision on the part of the reader to click or even read a PS section, right? Because it's not intrusive at all. But the trick is, and if you can look at the studies on PS sections, there's plenty of studies out there. Almost everyone reads the PS section, and a lot of people click it too, because it's just too curiosity invoking. We just want to know what that means. I'm loving this cozy print right now. What cozy print? Or you could say something else like, this product is absolutely flying off the shelves, or just this product is flying off the shelves. This is our bestseller. This is my favorite product, so much so I never leave the house without it. There's a lot of things you can do here. Just make it prompt the person's curiosity so they click it, make it kind of vague and like a cliffhanger. You could do like ... This is my favorite. This is the best product ever ... You can see the vibe here, right? It's not too markety. It's not too gimmicky. It's not beating around the bush, not trying to pretend to be something that it's not. It's just straightforward. People respect that and they click it and it converts. All right, now I'm gonna break down the copy in the format so that it's a little bit easier for you to duplicate it for your own brand, right? There's really three main parts of this email that make it so effective. And it's obviously quite simple, but simple is usually best, especially in email marketing, right? Three main parts are a thank you, offering support, and then a simple call to action. Part one, thank them. Hey, first name, thanks so much for your order. We're packing it up now and you'll have it soon. Or you could say, your order means the world to us. I appreciate you supporting our mission and what we're trying to do here at So-and-so Co. It just shows genuine appreciation, makes your customers feel valued. You should do that anyway. You should be immediately thanking people for their purchase, even if there is no opportunity to repurchase at all, no link, right? You should immediately email people and tell them thank you, right? Like we talked about earlier, it's a miracle that they ended up purchasing from you. So you should appreciate that fact. This should be genuine, right? This is not just a ploy to get them to purchase again. It is real. Thank you very much. Number two, part two, provide support. If you have any questions, reach out to us. If you have any questions about shipping, how to use the product, it could be whatever is relevant to your brand. Reach out to us. We're always happy to chat and we're always available to help you out and answer emails. Again, just genuine human connection, 10 out of 10 customer service. That's what you should be doing anyways. Immediately provide people and give them an outlet if they have questions. You don't want them to build anxiety or buyer's remorse with that purchase that they just made. How do you reduce that? Offer them support. It's also a great way to increase your deliverability. The more people you have replying to your emails, that is the purest form of engagement you can possibly get from an inbox provider's perspective. The fact that people are literally replying to you, that's the best form of engagement. So that's a little bonus. Part three, simple call to action. Not done, keep shopping here. That is very simple. We're not trying to be too extra. We're not saying buy now in the next 24 hours if you want 50% off. No, right? This is just not beating around the bush, not trying to be anything that we're not, or that it isn't. We're just saying simply, if you're not done shopping, you can click here to continue shopping, right? There's no way that they could claim that we're being inappropriate in that manner. And you can see from the data I showed you initially in this video, people respect that, they click it, and it works, and people convert. So what does that do? It gives the customer permission to keep shopping. And again, ultimately, that's all they're looking for. And the bonus is the PS section. And I think this is really the game changer here. You don't have to have it, but I definitely recommend having it because people just can't help their curiosity. So make this PS section very curiosity invoking. You want people to be like, oh, what is that? And have to click. So you don't want to specifically say anything in the PS section. You don't want to specifically say this variation of the product is my favorite. You just want to say this is my favorite product. I never leave the house without it. This is my favorite product. I never travel without it. This is flying off the shelves right now, because they don't know what this is. So then they have to click to find out what it is, and it helps with your conversions as well. All right, so now you know why this email works. You know what the email looks like. How do you set it up for your brand? It's very simple. Set the trigger for a new flow as placed order. You probably already have that. If you don't, you can automate it through your ESP, OmniSend, Klaviyo, whatever you're using. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there showcasing how to do it. All you need for a placed order flow is the trigger placed order. And again, there's no delay time for this email. And there's no profile filters, because the trigger filters out profiles for you. It's just whoever places an order, right? This is just generally applicable to all people that order from you. The format we just went over: plain text, and write the copy with the 3-part structure. Thanks from the owner, offer support, simple CTA showcasing permission to shop, and set up the CTA so it links directly to your collections page or bestsellers or specific product that you are trying to upsell or cross-sell. And finally, test it, right? Just as with anything in marketing, especially email marketing, test it, right? You can just test this versus what you currently have live as a post-purchase flow, and see which one performs best and let the numbers do the talking. But I'd be pretty surprised if this email does not outperform what you currently have set up. And lastly, if you don't want to do all this work yourself and would rather just have a team of professionals optimize this for you on your account, then you can click the first link in the description below and book a call. I'm always happy to chat.